Hey guys, good morning. It's Amber and I wanted to do a quick little video. Some of you may have seen I'm going back and adding DXF and EPS files to my downloads because I get asked at least 3 to 5 times a day if I can provide the DXF or EPS files. Those of you that are using the Silhouette Studio Basic Edition that are not able to open SVG cut files, this video is for you. I want to show you the difference between opening and navigating and cutting a DXF file versus an SVG file. First, I'm going to go, this file that I'm working on, you saw my post earlier today, I was looking for testers to cut it, and it's a perfect example of how hard it is to use a DXF file versus an SVG file. So I'm going to go open the file in DXF format. First thing you notice is that it's all clear, nothing's filled in with color. These lines are all overlapping, you see. Now I'm going to go ahead and open the SVG file. Wow, that's already a huge difference. Let me ungroup the file and show you how everything stays together. All the letters of all the words stay together. I'm going to go ahead and undo all of this back to the beginning. Now, it's not impossible to use a DXF file. Let me just give you a little bit of a lesson on how I do it, or how I would do it if I was using a DXF file, which I'm not. Nothing is bound together here. Nothing is grouped. See, the X just moved. How about this? The center of the A. It's not even bound to the A. You have to go through and do some coloring to make it, in my opinion, there's no way I would cut this without coloring and grouping and having it saved, excuse me, where I can visualize the whole thing. Some of you may have been doing this long enough that you're comfortable cutting it just the way it is, but I would never be. And then, of course, once you go through and color it and group it and get everything, the compound paths made, your only option is going to be to save it as a studio file, which is fine. You'll just, from now on, when you want to open this file and cut it, access the studio file instead of the DXF file. Okay, see these little dots? None of them are grouped together, and I believe I had them colored blue. So I've colored them blue, and I'm going to right-click and make compound path. Now when I touch the dots or do anything with the dots, they all go together. Now these little dots are not near as important as the letters and the centers of the letters and all the other aspects you'll see. Okay, this text is outlined. I'm just going to pick a color so I know that I've got it. Obviously it's going to not be colored, but I have to make the path with the outer layer. Okay, so I've made the outer layer blue, the inner layer orange. Now I have to select them both. You can do this by clicking the orange layer and then holding down your shift key and clicking the blue layer and then make compound path. And that'll take the inside shape out of the outside shape. Now we can, let's see here. I believe I had live as the same color as the cross. Okay, see here how the center of the E is now not white. It's not part of the path. So I've colored it white. It doesn't really matter. You can choose purple. It doesn't really matter what color you color it. I just always color it a different color so that when I select them all, I can see what's going to happen, and I right-click and make compound path. Now, every now and then, I suggest you grab it and move it and make sure you didn't add anything. You know, I could have caught this little piece of the white leather stitching from the football. That would have been bad. So just every now and then, grab your pieces and make sure that you're not getting anything other than what you meant to get. Okay, so I want to select this outer circle. I have it colored red on my design. So just hold down the shift key as you click each piece. Color it red, and then right click, make compound path. The football is, ooh, I missed the football. There we go. Is brown. Now let's select the laces. Make compound path. Let's just double check that we didn't get anything we didn't want there. Okay, so let's kind of try to select all of the word Texas. Let's color it the blue color. Okay, there again, the center of the E, the center of the A. I always just, instead of like clicking and clicking and clicking like that, I just kind of draw a bounding box, start over here off the edge and select everything I'm trying to get. Let's make compound path. Now this one for sure we're going to want to drag it away and make sure we didn't get anything extra, just because there was so much around it. Okay, the word love. This one has lots of little pieces. Let's make it this color. The centers of the letters just have to be made into a path with the word. Again, it doesn't matter what color you color them. You just want to identify them by clicking on them and making them a color. Now, I've been selecting the whole word and coloring it first, but this time I'll show you how you can just select the centers of the letters all at one time if you want to. I'm just holding down the shift key while I do my clicking. Okay, that got the centers of all the letters. Now you can go ahead and click on the outer parts of the letters, make compound path, and then go ahead and choose your color. Ooh, that did not work. Let's undo. Back to the centers. That is why I do it the other way. You don't want to miss out on any of it. Let me just select. You know what? I don't even like to do it that way. I'm not going to do it that way. This is the less risky and less time-consuming way to do it. And you can always, after you make the compound path, go back and double check that you didn't get any extra pieces that you didn't want. I can tell right there I selected the whole word, so I deselected it. Supposed to actually be this color. Okay, there you go. This is now should all be colored in and ready to go. Sometimes I just go like this and make sure there's no missing pieces left behind that didn't get failed to make the path. Just undoing all of that rearranging I just did. Okay, so I would select the whole file and group it together. Now, after how many ever minutes of work, you have it the way the SVG just opens. So I highly suggest you invest in the Designer Edition upgraded software, so that you can open and cut SVG cut files. It's a whole new world, and I would leave DXF files behind. However, I recognize it is one more thing to spend money on, and if you just don't have it in your budget or are completely used to using the DXF files, I'm going to continue to provide them. Alright, thank you, and I hope that this helps.